So after my recent video talking about Scott Cawthon and Five Nights at Freddy's, I moved on, right? Thinking some passionate FNAF fans are gonna enjoy that video and we're gonna move on, right? Well, I tweeted about it and nearly a week later, I get all these notifications on that tweet and I'm like, what's going on here? And all I see is this. What? At that point, when I was looking at it, I got flashbacks of the time when Scott announced his retirement, and there were many fellow creators and other fans wishing Scott a goodbye, and there were same replies like this in every post that was supporting Scott Cawthon. And now, we are here. What is up, SmackNPie? SmackNPie here. Hopefully this is my last time making a video around this subject. Someone quote retweeted this. Let's take a look at what we have here. It says, I love that fact that anytime someone is called out for being or doing something that it's labeled as cancel culture. If it wasn't Scott Cawthon, you guys wouldn't be riding high on his so hard, but since he made FNAF, that's just how it is. And they go on to say, I can tell you now, Scott isn't going to get down on his knees and reward the 72,000 subscriber Poppy Playtime YouTuber, that's me, for defending. You're just letting him get away with doing something. Then we have someone else saying, people are not mad he returned. Despite him saying he's gonna retire, nothing like that has happened. He is still managing the franchise like he did. I genuinely can't blame people anymore for thinking that Scott made the post as an excuse for stop publicly talking. And it really sucks that's what it seems to be now. The post originally was really heartbreaking and stuff, and it felt like end of an era, but now it feels like nothing. Here's hoping that'll change, but as someone who defended Scott in a way a year ago, right now this feels like a cop-out. Now, I would like to take some of the responsibility from the previous video, right? The way I made that video made it seem like Scott is now 100% back and he's 100% managing Five Nights at Freddy's behind the scenes and he's directing and talking all that stuff, right? It's kind of my fault, right? I'll take that responsibility on that aspect. But him just returning, and I wanna give a shout out to another YouTuber, Super Horror Bro. He has made a video on this a long time ago when Scott made his announcement. He also said, Super Horror Bro, the YouTuber, that
videos on it, and obviously you've got people like Dorco who's like really into Five Nights at Freddy's and puts on charity streams themed around the game, and Scott obviously donates a lot of money to those, and I think Scott will still be around for stuff like that. I think this is just a goodbye in terms of his creative process making the games, and he'll probably just go back to the business side.
And guess what? It's literally what happened. Scott made a quote-unquote return, I even had quotation mark return, that him coming back to Doggo's livestream, donating $10,000 to a charity that is specifically focused on Trevor Project, the LGBT and whatnot. I'm coming to that side in just a second. And him saying big stuff happening this year doesn't necessarily mean he's back. Where's the proof of he's still managing the franchise like he did? We don't know that. We don't know what's going on behind the scene. Just him casually watching Doggo's livestream and donating like he always does doesn't mean anything. That's number one. And if you're gonna say, okay, where is his replacement? I don't know when he's gonna announce his replacement. I don't know if he's gonna announce his replacement. We were just celebrating the fact that he's still kicking around in the community, watching Doggo, watching all the favorite FNAF YouTubers doing their thing and whatnot. And going back to the previous tweet about me dear writing, and this happened to me during the Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 days as well. And because of this, we will make Poppy Playtime video next. I am passionate about Five Nights at Freddy's community. Scott Cawthon really changed the scene and industry when Five Nights at Freddy's dropped. And me talking about how him returning is a great thing, all of that, does that mean I'm not looking for any kind of reward from anything? Whether it be Dark Deception, because I mainly cover Dark Deception on the channel, whether I cover Poppy Playtime, I am passionate about these franchises. That game, Five Nights at Freddy's and The Walking Dead, kinda gave a kickstart to my YouTube, and then Dark Deception took over after that. It just makes sense for me to celebrate a creator who has created something that has impacted me in a positive way and it has changed a lot of things for me. It just makes sense, right? So now, with my response on the matter at hand out of the way, let's talk about the serious issues. Number one is the politics is never that simple. Any politician, no one, is morally good. They have all crossed that gray line. In order to survive in politics, you have to cross that gray line. It's always the lesser of two evils when you're talking about elections. It's always the lesser of two evil parties when you're talking about parties. I can never get into politics, whether it's Republicans, Democrats. I don't give a crap. I don't give a rat's butt on that aspect of the things. I said this before and I'll say it again. I will never agree with Scott's political. I will never agree with that. He had a right to vote. He's not just gonna not vote. That he believes and thinks is the lesser of two evil that can serve the country right. Did he pick the right one? Heck nah. All the choices were bad from the get-go. Because there's always some shady stuff with everything involving politics. So now that we got that out of the way, the only thing that is left that people are clinging on to is Scott Cawthon is homophobe. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't support him, 100% that is your right, that is justified. If you are angry, frustrated, and could not believe that that has happened, justified. Trump hates people like me. He hates our kind, alright? I can't stand that donut. But does that mean that Scott Cawthon purposely went out of the way to harm people like me? To harm people like the LGBTQ community? Heck nah! So now it leaves with the statement of Scott Cawthon is homophobe. Well, that is not the case. Well, that is just wrong. He has said it from time to time that he supports and loves everyone. He has shown through his actions by donating to different charities as recent as Trevor Project, right? So with all of that fact, if you still don't want to support him, that is your right. That is your right. Just say that I don't support him. But I respect everyone else who does. I understand. If you're gonna use that to spread toxicity, negativity, spread the truth. I'm with you through and through. But if you're gonna spread toxicity and negativity, that shows the kind of person you are rather than the kind of person or the community this Five Nights at Freddy's is. The whole thing about Scott Cawthon making a return and Twitter got angry, it means nothing to me. All of these Rainbow Freddy's, which, by the way, joke's on you, I actually like this Freddy Funko Pop. I don't care about this. I'm used to it, alright? This is not my first time dealing with something like this. So if you're still on that bull, that just shows who you are. You don't have to support Scott Cawthon. You don't have to support Five Nights at Freddy's anymore. You don't. But going out of your way to bash and lash out on people who does, even though it is known that none of us or Scott is homophobe. None of us or Scott wants to actively, donate or participate in activities that takes away the right of any minority. Come on now. It's all there, alright? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna leave you with this. Everyone who has been affected by this in any way, shape, or form, let me know your experience, alright? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm still gonna say shout out to my man Scott Cawthon, even though this has nothing to do with anything. I'm not looking for any kind of reward from him. I genuinely want to support a franchise that has affected me. And if you can't see that, that just shows the kind of person you are. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one with some dark deception or poppy playtime content. I'll see. Let me enjoy me, alright? And you enjoy you.